Hello and welcome to another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. I've actually been away for a week, which you may or may not know because I was sneaky and I pre-recorded a couple of episodes. And I kind of want to check and see if Piggy has done this quest as yet. I know he was very busy, but if he has, we can of course move this to the town. If you didn't see last episode, then you wouldn't know that we are in fact still on the hunt for the Pigglesworth's head. So we designed a quest which is basically just there to kill him over and over again, and hopefully that will result in us acquiring some of his heads. However, it doesn't actually look like he's done it yet. I know he's a very, very busy piggo, so hopefully he'll get to that soon, and then we can move this to town and start claiming the heads of others. As I've been away for a week, I think it's only fair that I go and check the shopping district too, because if we've made some sales, we might have some restocking to do. Let's hope for the best, shall we? Safe to say, we have sold lots and lots of stuff. Look at all that profit! That's marvellous, that is. But we do now need to do some restocking, mainly of the glass, the ink, and the gunpowder. But that's fairly easy for us to do, because we've got stacks and stacks of that. But we also need to try and make space for this in here. There we go, I've condensed that down. As you can see, I have actually already taken my sort of first batch, but together we are making quite the profit over here. I suppose we should probably also go check out the city and make sure that's not collapsed in my absence. Nope, everything seems okay, and I don't see any wandering mailmen around, which is also a bonus. So, what are we going to do today, I hear you asking? And that is going to be adjusting the skyline again. I think it's about time we got a couple more buildings up, and the area I want to do that is going to be over here. So there's a couple of farms I do want to get in. I say farms, it's, you know, fairly straightforward stuff. I just want to get a stone generator over here because we're going to be needing quite a bit to do a lot of the landscaping around here, and I'm pretty much out of stone. I don't fancy just going down and digging, so we're going to build up probably this building here first, get a stone generator in, and go from there. Pickle Farm. There's no way I can make that a stone generator type building. Look, it's lime green and everything, and I don't have a pickle farm yet, so I think that's exactly what we're going to put in here. Completely changing my plans, which does mean we're probably going to have to add another building today to actually put our concrete maker in. Concrete maker? That's not what I mean at all. Stone generator. Jeez, you can tell I've been away for a week. So the interior is of course completely empty, but I think we've got plenty of space in here for a pickle farm and, well, To be honest, we could probably still put the stone generator in here as well. I don't know. But we're definitely going to put a pickle farm of sorts in there. And down the bottom here, we're probably just going to have it as some kind of a pickle shop, I guess. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? So there is a reason I need a pickle farm, and that's because I'm going to need a lot more of the lime green dye, because I need to make lots of lime green concrete. Because we've actually been busy in between episodes. Before I went away, I did a little bit of digging, and Tiz did a little bit of digging, and we made an absolutely ginormous hole in the ground! And that is because we have discovered, of course, the quad slime chunk down here. And I've been busy digging, Tiz has been busy digging, and we've dug this down to level 10 so far. And with that, we're going to put in a couple of layers to get some slimes. I know that this is going to be way more slimes than we could ever possibly need, but, well, that's absolutely fine. I like slime. But I do, of course, want to make this look good, so we're going to be probably integrating that a little bit, but I do want to get lots of lime green concrete. I just want to cover the walls in lime green concrete, and then we'll probably use dark oak or some kind of contrasting colour for the floor itself. And that also kind of lends to the building we've just made, because that is, of course, lime green and dark oak as well, and we could even turn that into a slime and pickle shop. Or a slimy pickle shop, one of the two. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is to build ourselves a pickle farm. We've got lots and lots of bone meal, so that's not going to be a problem. And we've also got a design that we came up with last series, which I think is going to work perfectly well here. So we're just going to get that built up again. But first I'm going to need to go and look at how it was made, because I really can't remember. So this is our pickle farm from last season, and it's quite straightforward. We just have a couple of pistons that shuffle the coral backwards and forwards, and we have a dispenser here that is constantly firing at the pickles over here. And that will break the ones that are there. They get washed into these hoppers, and some hoppers on the other side as well, and that all just gets piled up into these shulkers at the front here. And I think we're going to do pretty much exactly the same system, at least for the farm part, probably not the storage. Back over here on the Truly Bedrock server, however, it appears I have 0 corals, so that's going to be our first task. We're going to need to get some coral, and of course we need to get some pickles, because I don't think we've got any of those left either. So I'm going to gather together all the bits and bobs we need to make this farm, and of course we're going to need to get some floors in our shiny new building, which I think is looking absolutely glorious on that corner there. It really does stand out, and once we get the rest of this block in as well, if we have a quick look from above, it's going to give us a nice new clump of buildings over here, although I'm probably going to be swapping out the colours on some of these. Enough getting distracted, let's go get some coral. Got a couple of floors in, and I think I'm ready to start building a pickle machine. It's going to be a bit smaller than the one we had last season, mainly because we don't quite have the space for a double width one. So we're just going to do kind of half a machine, really. And I think I've just about got enough space to do it. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of coral, then a space, then another piston. Yep, we should be able to fit that in just nicely. So I'm going to work and build this up a little bit and see how we go. And there we have it, a working pickle farm. Now it's very straightforward. It literally just moves this piece of coral backwards and forwards on a timer, and this dispenses bone meal onto the pickles. I can refill it up here. It all gets dropped off over here, and there's a storm raging outside. It's very, very loud. If we take a quick look around the back here, you can see how it works. We've literally just got an etho hopper clock, and that is registering through these observers, and that is setting off the pistons. This one is just going normally. This one we're inverting the signal with a redstone torch. So basically that is pretty much as fast as we're going to be able to get it on the server, because any faster than that it's going to start causing lag and causing a few problems, and to be honest we're just not going to produce as many pickles. But this is working quite well. It's literally been running a couple of minutes and we've already got many stacks. That is incredibly loud, however, so I'm going to turn it off for now, and we will come back and get some more pickles as and when we need them. I'm going to quickly block this bit of floor off as well. Lovely. So with the pickle farm done, we've solved the problem of getting our lime dye. However, we do still need to sort out the interior down here. We haven't even got glass in this window here. We haven't got a door in. We've got holes everywhere. It all looks a little bit janky. So we need to figure out how we're going to make this look like a pickle store. To be honest, I think we're probably just going to make it look a bit like a fast food restaurant and have, you know, pickled gherkins as something that's on the menu. We'll also sell slushies, which will actually just be slime, and I think that's how we'll get away with selling the lime green items in here. And should I do that as well, maybe? Just sort of block those off. There we go, that smoothed off the walls a bit. Right, so, pickle shop. Fast food shop? Yeah, maybe a fast food shop, and then we can also put some more seating up on this floor, which will give this floor a purpose, and then this can be the staff-only bit that actually goes to the farm itself. So I need to go sort out my inventory. I've got lots of things here that I no longer need, and we're going to make this look a little bit nicer. Hold the phone, stop everything, stop everything! I'm afraid there's been a slight change of... Oh my days! Well, okay, that wasn't why I wanted to stop everything. The reason I wanted to stop everything is because I'm afraid there's been a slight change of plans. So, after I recorded that last clip, real life caught up with me, and I had a few things I needed to sort out. And one of those, sadly, does actually mean that I'm going to have less time for content, and this makes me very, very sad. But sometimes, real life has to take priority. And as such, from next week, I will no longer be on a 3-day week at work. Which is bad. I'm now going to be going back to 4 days, and in about another 4 or 5 weeks, I'm going to be back at full time. I'm going to be back at 5 days, and that means I'm going to have a lot less time for videos. And as I'm sure you can imagine, that does of course make me very, very sad. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be churning out the videos as often as I possibly can. But the change of plan that relates to is, well, I've still not touched the interior down there as yet. And today happens to be the very last Thursday that I don't have to go to work. So instead of just doing the interior down there, I'm actually about to jump on stream, and we're going to be doing an all-day stream. It's going to be a very, very long stream, like the ones I used to do about a year ago. It's going to be a good 7 or 8 hours, and during that time, I don't know what we're going to get done. I mean, 8 hours is a very, very long time, but we've got lots and lots of buildings marked out down here, and I think what I want to do is just go on a massive binge and get lots of these buildings done. So there's not going to be a time lapse, there's not going to be anything like that. We're actually going to be doing this, as I say, on live stream. If you do want to see the build process, there will be a VOD up on the second channel, which I don't really mention very often, but that channel is literally just a dumping ground for all my Twitch VODs. So if I do mention something I've done on stream and you do actually want to see the process, that's where you can find them. So with that in mind, I've got about an hour or so before I stream, and I want to do a little bit more prep work, and the prep work is going to involve me gathering the resources together that I want to make these buildings out of. Primarily these 3 here, those 2 there, and possibly even the park that goes out over onto the sort of far bit we've got over there. But that's not the only good news we have. Oh no. So about 2 weeks ago, I got a little message from Bruno, and at the same time, pretty much, I got a message from Music Man 1017. And there was an event coming up, MCC Rising, which is a bit of a take on the Minecraft Championship, which for those who don't know, is basically like the Minecraft Olympics. All the biggest names in Minecraft take part, it happens once a month, and it's a very, very exciting thing to watch. But they opened up applications for smaller content creators to actually try and get involved. And we applied, not expecting to get in. I mean, we were one of 3,232 applicants. But somehow, we actually did it. We actually got into MCC Rising, and that's something that's happening this Saturday, in about 2 days from now, in fact. So I don't even know if this video is going to be out in time for that. I'm going to try and get it finished tomorrow and get the video out tomorrow so that this actually goes out before the event. But yeah, we're doing lots and lots of training, which means I've been playing Bed Wars and Sky Battles and all these weird PvP things I don't do. And I've also been doing lots and lots of parkour. So yeah, this video is taking a little bit longer to get out for a variety of real life reasons. Some exciting, some less exciting, but you know, life is life. So enough waffle, I've got a stream to prepare for, and hopefully when I bring you guys back, we're going to have a lot more skyline here to explore. And then we can actually wrap up the video, get the rest of this interior done, which we may or may not get done on stream, and probably get a stone maker in as well. I did plan to actually get the slime farm done today as well, and once again, I don't know, we might end up doing that on stream, and if we do, I'll show you that as well. But for now, I've got to head off, and, well, let's just see what we can get done in about 8 hours, shall we? A whole bunch of hours later, and we are back from stream, and as you can see, I have still not touched the interior of this building, not even slightly, so we'll be getting to that in just a moment, but let's show you what we did get up to. So other than finally placing the glass in that window on the original building, I've also added a ginormous red sort of office block style building next to it, but that's not all. If we go around this side, you can also see there's a more modern sort of office complex here. If I land down here, you can get a better view of that. And we've also got another building on this corner. I think that might be my new favourite building. I really like how that looks. I think the whole design just really sits well on this corner. And they were also starting to get a little more basic. So adding something like this in, I think, has really pulled the area together. My favourite view of this new area, however, is from running down this street. Because not only does the red building block the poopy bird that we built over at Tiz's base, but it really seals off that corner until we get to here. And there's a big gap over there. Oh yeah, that reminds me, there's something missing. There we go, much better. That's what we were missing. The other two buildings I wanted to get down today, and they look wonderful as well, and they really do complete that cross view that we have from the corner over here. Thing is though, they are of course also empty. So with this building here, I've made good use of all the copper we've been making over at the Barn Bros shop, and I did actually borrow about 20 blocks from Tiz's stash as well. Just don't tell him, I know sheep, I know. But that copper combined with the green and lime terracotta, and of course the oak trapdoors, I think really do give this building a little bit more of a unique look, especially when compared to a lot of the others on this street. And then round the other side here, I've made a building out of black and orange terracotta, which once again, not really sure what this one's going to be. It kind of looks a little bit like a small hotel in my eyes, but I don't really know. We've got lots of buildings here, and currently they don't really have a purpose. And there's a nice big blank wall there as well. I feel like I might need to put something on that. With the addition of those buildings, however, the view from this side is looking a lot better. It's not just our great big white buildings standing out on the side of a hill. We've got these other buildings popping up. And of course, we've still got lots and lots of building space over this side as well. But don't worry, don't panic. We're not going to be putting in any more buildings today. I think we've done enough of those. These buildings, however, are not completely finished. We do still need to do the roofs up here. And even from about 6 or 7 episodes ago, we still need to do the roof up here as well. So I think that's probably something we're going to end up doing on a future live stream. We'll just potter about the city, get the roofs on here, and get them looking good. So with these extra buildings now in, that does leave the question of what to do with this space over here. So we don't really have too much space. I don't really think I want to squeeze in another building over here. So what I might do is spend a bit of time just trying to figure this area out and figure out what we can do to make it look better. I'm thinking maybe, I mean, with the size of that building, probably wouldn't be amiss to have some kind of a car park out the back here. It doesn't have to be anything big, but I think a small car park might be what's needed on this side. And then over here, we can just get a couple of custom trees down. We can bring out the rest of this barrier and probably mess with this a little bit and make this work a little bit better as well. And of course, we need to put something here. And I think I know exactly what I want to put right there, actually. There we go, just a nice simple stone statue of s'mores. Beautiful, and I think if we were to get a few leaves and things down here as well, that's just going to finish that off nicely. Wonderful, so I think the next thing I'm going to focus on is probably sorting out this area around here. I'm just going to grow a couple of trees, customize them a little bit, and of course, get some barriers in to make this area a little bit safer. There we go, a few moments later, and that's already looking much better. I do want to get a bit of lighting over here, but I've just made it fairly simple. I've just slammed down a little bit of bone meal, chucked a tree in there, a few leaves, and that just breaks up that view across there, fills in that little space, and kind of helps to tie the whole area in, really. And we don't have too much foliage or too many trees in the city. We've got, you know, one there, one or two down there, and that one there. That's basically it so far. So I think it really is important to make sure we keep adding these. However, this path has really been annoying me, so throughout doing that I ran across this a couple of times and we've not textured this path at all. It's just stone. All the way around here it's just stone, and this carries on all the way over there as well, when it should be a little bit more like this, with some andesite, some stone brick, and maybe even a few campfires, and of course we need to sort out some lights as well, because there are no lights down here at all really, apart from what's on the side of the buildings. So to rectify that situation, I have come down here armed with sea lanterns and slabs of varying types, and I'm going to make this whole area here look a little bit nicer, and it's probably worth trying to get some benches and ATMs and stuff in as well, but I'm not sure if we'll quite get to that just yet. So being on Bedrock, we can of course just hide lights in the floor, which is marvellous. It's one of my favourite things about Bedrock, and it really does make a difference, because we're not having to compromise on the design to actually make this light up and prevent all the mobs So this is probably going to take me a few moments. I will bring you back in once we've got this area looking a little bit more run down. And there we go. That makes all the difference, just getting a bit of texture down on these paths. It does help tie the area together a little bit, although it does still look a bit weird where we don't have any proper interiors on the buildings, because of course they've all just got grass on the floor on the inside. So that's something else we're going to have to focus on fairly soon. So I think the next thing for me to do is to focus on this little area here and get a small car park in here of sorts. I don't quite know how I'm going to do it. It's really not a lot of space whatsoever. We might need to extend out over the back here just a little bit, but we'll see what we can do. One car park later, and I think we're actually done here now, at least for the main sort of layout. I'm probably going to build a car in here or have something going in or out from the road. We need to do street lamps, and of course we need lots and lots of actual details along the street edges themselves. But for now, I think that's going to fit quite nicely with the rest of the city, and we can call that temporarily done. So with all these extra buildings down, the city's looking marvellous, at least on the outside. We've got a lot of interior work to do, and we still haven't even touched this, which I think quite near the beginning of the episode I said we were going to do today. But I lied. We're not going to do that at all, because we've got one more thing we need to do. And that is to head over to the base of the Pigglesworth, because he has sent me a message saying he has done the quest. I haven't checked the results yet. I'm going to wait for his video to come out before we actually see what he did. But he has selected his class, he's done his quest, and that means we can move the quest cat over to the shopping district and actually open it up to the rest of the T-Beers. So I need to dismantle this, and I need to move Senior Quest Cat over to the shopping district. I didn't bring any moss with me, Quest Cat. Let's pinch a bit from the edge and fill those bits. I don't want a creeper spawning up in the middle of his base. There you go, look, he'll never notice. He'll never notice. So now we have a long journey on foot to take our Quest Cat back, because if we fly, we're going to go too far away, and he won't be able to teleport to us, and that's just sad. Well, we made it safe and sound with Quest Cat. I just need to decide where we're going to put this, because it's quite small, so I need to make sure it's going to be quite visible. Come here, Quest Cat. Sit down. Right, let's go exploring. So I've had a little look around, and to be honest, I think because of what it is, it's kind of like just a streetlight thing. We've got the road into town here, although most people actually fly. I think this little spot here is going to be absolutely perfect. We literally only need 2 spaces, so I'm going to quickly get this built up, I think. There we go, Quest Cat has a new home, although I think it's missing something. There we go, that should do it and tell people what this is all about. However, I've still got more signs. There we go, a few more signs just to point the way to make sure people can see Quest Cat. The last thing to do, of course, is to provide enough kits for people to choose the class they want to do. And these took ages to make, so hopefully they actually get some use. And with that, I'm afraid that's where we're going to be ending today's episode. We've got lots of building done, we've sorted out the Quest Cat, and I need to go find Piggy's quest video now, because I really want to go watch it and see how he actually did before we go and check the chests. And hopefully we've got lots of pig heads. Bye-bye now. I can't fly. I can't fly. I'm just gonna stand here.